stopping us. Fly without a boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross. I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon. Rock like Kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, then I just have to leave. Yeah, shoot, yeah, shoot, yeah, shooting, yeah, shooting, shot. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away? Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away?
What's happening, people? It's Monday. It's Tottenham away. Welcome back. The best place to be in town if you are a Spurs fan. If you're not a Spurs fan, you're welcome as well. You might think to yourself that we possibly talk about. There's been no football. There's nothing really been going on with Tottenham. But of course, there's plenty to talk about. Don't you worry about that, everyone. Great to have you with us as always. Big up yourselves. Smash like, subscribe, stuff. Iggy, chillax.
Yeah, International Boredom Week, as I've called it many a times. No. Do you know what? I've actually enjoyed this round of International Week because it's getting closer to the tournament. That's the time for me where things hotting up a little bit because it's the final stage now before the Euro starts. So who's going to be in? Who's going to be out? Gutted for Maddison that he didn't get much of a look in. I mean, hopefully it will happen against the Belgium game where he gets the chance to really, claim his place. But I'm sure there'll be other players as well who will be thinking the same. But from a Spurs point of view, I hope he does get a look in and gets a bite of the cherry because I don't think he's been given much going on. It seems like Gareth still has his favourites. But anyway, less about that and more about Spurs. Yeah, I'm well. How are you?
Can I tell you something about the Euros coming up? Right. So Greece are in that kind of third place playoff situation. So they played Kazakhstan the other night and they won. They've got a game tomorrow night versus Georgia. If they beat Georgia in Georgia, they qualify for the Euros and they go into Group C. Now, they go to Group C. Can't write this. So, on the basis that they beat Georgia, the first game in that group, Group C, is who? If Greece qualify.
Don't tell me it's England.
No, they're not in England's group. Italy.
No, the champions.
Turkey versus Greece.
Well,
Turkey.
no, you go in
okay.
Turkey's group if they beat Georgia tomorrow.
That is going to be insane. In Germany as well. Woo. That's going to be for an international game. That is fireworks. So
Boy,
that's the opening Group C game, Turkey Greece. So,
That'd be good to get there, though.
yeah,
it's been a while. When was the last time they qualified for it?
when they won it.
They
They won
How
it.
long it's been? That's how long it's been. Right? So they've not qualified since.
Listen, you know, Italy have got this thing.
100% record, right?
100%. You know, Italy have got this thing. Every 16 years, they win like a major trophy or something. There's some kind of law, right? In 2004, Greece won the Euros. Now it's
So
20.
are we going by the year ending in 4?
The
The year ending in 1 for Spurs. Now the year ending in 4 for Greece.
Do it, man.
Yeah,
And-
whatever. Oh, look at this one here. She's going like that. She goes, yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
She's already going like that. This is like, yeah.
But anyway, listen, Greece are the Euros, man. Like they're worse. This team now is worse than the team that won it in 2004. And Georgia have got Kvaratskhelia. Like, he's a top player. So I don't know if they're going to beat Georgia, if I'm honest with you. Greece aren't that good. They're not that good. So
Well, they're there. They're there. So one game away.
No,
You never.
not yet.
90
They're in the last.
minutes,
No, as in they're there. Like they're in a position that they can qualify.
only 90
Well,
minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And that game will go to extra time.
What did
penalties
they?
if
Did they
beat.
need a win? Do they? What's the
Whoever-
They're
situation?
winning in the first, from the
whoever-
first leg.
It's whoever wins that game qualifies for Euros.
All right, it's just a straight knockout. Right, got you.
Yeah.
I thought they
Yeah.
won the other day. Isn't it over 2 legs?
So Group A, B, and C, there's still one team to go in each group. So there's 4 teams battling for the last place of Group A, 4 teams for Group B, and 4 teams for Group C. So
So
Greece,
it's like a knockout.
Kazakhstan, Georgia, and I think Liechtenstein. I think those 4 basically battle it out to get the last place, and it's gone to the last game. It's Georgia versus Greece. The winner qualifies.
Do you know what? This year it's gonna be like as soon as the Premier League ends, you got the Euros, you got the Copa America. I mean, the football's just gonna be insane, and it's not gonna be.
In a lot of
stopping.
tournaments.
So what have we done? What we
African Nations Cup.
we as Spurs annoyed Gareth Southgate because we're taking some of the players away to go and play in Australia, which has annoyed him because he wants the players as soon as possible.
I think the Euros this year, it's going to be either England or France who wins it. I think one of them 2 will win it. That's my
England.
I think England have got a good enough. England have got a good squad. They've got a good team. I just don't.
They've got a good
I've
team,
been
but
saying it for years now. I just don't know. I don't know if Southgate's the one.
Listen,
Yeah.
they got Harry Kane on fire, Jude Bellingham tearing it up. They've got Saka.
He's unbelievable.
England.
The
have got
squad is there. I said it. The team, the
they've
squad
got
is there.
top
I
players.
don't know if the manager. I don't know if in the latter stages I'm talking about. If he's
Southgate is the problem, right? So
I think he is. I think he always has been. For me, he should have gone after the last Euros. Honestly, I really did. I gave him. I thought against in the World Cup in Russia, I would have said, "All right, fair enough." And then I think it was a massive letdown in that Euro final of the last at Wembley. Tactically, I thought
That was
that's
the
the
chance,
difference.
man.
I think
That
the managers
That
get
was
it.
a chance, though. At home.
I think in that final, semi-final, yeah, okay. Then in that final, I think it's the hand of the manager. I think that gets you over the line because the level of the teams, obviously, as you get into the quarter, semis, and finals, the levels of the team are very close. So it's the hand of the manager that makes the difference in the key moments. I just think he got it wrong.
The
And
hand
that,
of the hand of Collini.
what, the hand of Chiellini, whatever, the hand of Donnarumma, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is, he at half time, Italy could have been. Well, there's no point in talking about it now, but Italy should have been out of sight, and they weren't. And then Mancini sorted it out. Now,
That's football, though, isn't it?
for me, yeah, but for
He's
me, he
definitely
was
the manager.
Yeah, but he messed up again. I felt he's. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying, England have got a good enough team now, and they have had for a while. And I think this team should be winning. If this crop of players that England have got right now can't win a major tournament, you got to ask a few questions.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. JP, how you did, by the way?
Yeah, man, not too bad. It's been a nice week without football, but I miss my Spurs.
I see. I see
Pain or
your,
whatever it is, but we still got to give it a go, haven't we?
I see you're wearing your new clothing line, your new brand. Yeah.
Rogart.com. Go check it out.
Do you know what? Put a link in the description. If anyone likes the top JP's wearing, he's got his own sustainable clothing brand. He'll put a link in there, and you can go on there and buy some merch, buy some JP merch. Let's quickly say that to everyone in the chat. Big up, everyone. El Said in the house. Tom Thacker, Jean, Luca 14, Tekken, Adrian building. We've got Mark, Tony, Chris Gombar, Rob, Graham in the house, Bertie Hotspur, John George, Robert, Double D, Sean Abbott. Is this thing you done a Colin account? Okay, fair enough. Ray the Yids in the building. Language Angels, Alpesh, Arteta out, AFC, Anthony Clark. That's one long name you've got there. Barbaric, Tottenham, Mark, we've got Joe, we've got Richard, George, Benjamin, big up to you. Mert Woodward, an Arsenal fan who likes watching us, big up to you. We've got Joe, Craig in the house, Giggsy, big up Giggs. Ryan's in the house, JJ's in the house. Tottenham Till I Die, Clark. Who else we got here? We've got Donna Elias Cullishin. Okay, interesting. Sophie's in the building. Big up to Sophie. We've got Daniela. I think that's everyone.
Absolutely, Daniela. Absolutely.
Clean sheet as well, isn't it?
Happy. Big Vic got his first start
clean
as
sheet.
well.
First start, clean sheet, right?
Yeah.
Big
I like him, man.
Youngle Scott, big up to you. Spurs King. Oh, by the way, Spurs King. He put the funniest comment on a show the other day. He put Spurs should buy a dog and call it revenue.
That's the badge I love. I love that badge.
Yeah, that's the best badge. Spurs Forever, big up to you. Craig's in the building. Minerals FC, C to the 4th. Big up to you, C to the 4th. And Joe in the house. We've got 200 people watching across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Thanks, everyone. Welcome.
Big up, guys. Big up. Right. Big up, everyone.
So, what I want to do today, because just in case anyone forgot, today's show is called 10 Games to Go. This is the business end of the season now.
Countdown.
I want to predict where Spurs, United, and Villa will finish, right? So, we're going to do a whole prediction table. Before we do that, there's 2 topics I thought we should talk about. So I'll start with this one, which is Van de Ven's stats. Now, it has been discussed before, but we've played 20 games with him, 11 without, 12 wins when he's played, 5 wins when we haven't, draws 5, 1 when he hasn't played, losses more. The win rate is higher as a percentage. Now, what I wanted to ask you is this, right? Do we win more games with Van de Ven because we are so dependent on him and his pace and his tackling? Or does it coincide with other injuries? Because forget the loss against Fulham, we pretty much had everyone there. So you could say, well, hold on, you see, look, as soon as Van de Ven's out, we collapse. But when I look at the previous losses, Maddison was injured, Romero is suspended, Udogie is suspended, then one comes back, then Basuma was abroad, Son went away. So a lot of the games Van der Ven missed, a lot of other players missed. So do you think, right, if we try and think about the season so far, do you think that this is fair, or do you think it's a little bit skewed on the basis that, hold on, it wasn't just Van der Ven missing, a lot of pieces were missing? Because the only game I can think of where we were only missing Van der Ven was the Fulham game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Just having a moment thinking about what you're just saying. Listen, it's undeniable that Van der Ven has been, for me, arguably our best player this year. Maybe we can include the goalkeeper there as well. Say he's been up there. I think that he's been our best player by a country mile, and it's incredible to think how long he's been at this club and just the impact that he's had. Man, he's a world-class defender in the making. He may not even be there at this very moment, but he's on that trajectory, man.
Sorry, just trying to interrupt you. I need to just address this because it's relevant to what we're saying. Mark, you're saying 20 games to 11 is not a balanced enough comparison. That's why it's a win rate. The rate is based on number of games played, not just. Well, it's not fair because he played. He played 20, missed 11. That's why it's a ratio. That percentage is a ratio. Sorry, Iggy.
No, it's undeniable of his importance. Now, I think the game against Fulham, I think yes, to an element, having Van der Ven in the team or not having him in the team in that game did affect us to a certain degree. But I think there was more to that. I think that we can't have a situation where only our goalkeeper that day passes or gets the pass, in the sense that he averaged the 6, 7 out of 10. Everyone else didn't really make it to a 6 out of 10, and that, to me, when you've got 10 players that don't make it past a 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 sort of game, then it's no longer a Van der Ven issue. On the day, it was a team issue. We wasn't up to the level. We didn't win our battles. I said it in the last stream that I was enjoying to see the Kulusevski versus Robinson battle. I was looking forward to seeing that Palinha versus Maddison battle, and so forth and so forth. I was looking for these individual battles, and if you look at it, we lost them all. We lost our individual battles. We lost our team battles. So yes, not having Van der Ven perhaps didn't allow us to defend in a way perhaps we used to, because we had a new player as well making his first start, so that can't have been easy for him as well. It makes a difference whether we have him in the team or not. I don't think on the day that was the sole issue of not having him there. But to answer your question, the stats though, the numbers, man, they don't lie. They don't lie though.
Have we played any games this season though where Van der Ven's played, but Romero's been out or the wing backs have been out? Because Romero's played in games without Van der Ven, without Porro, games without Udogie. Whereas has Van der Ven played when
the other lads? No, because he was out. So I think
I'm sure he played when Udogie was missing and Porro was missing that game.
Which game was that?
Was it Wolves?
Guys, in the chat, people watching, if you name a game or one or two games this season where Van der Ven played but Romero was missing, or one of the wing backs were missing, or two wing backs, let us know.
I'm sure that Wolves game. It was that game.
No, Van der Ven was there. Royale and Ben
Davis
he was
there, but both wing backs were out.
Romero and Van der Ven were in the middle though.
Yeah, and Davis and
Royale, we lost that day.
Emerson played on the wings.
Yeah, Emerson, Davis were fullbacks, and Romero and Van der Ven.
Yeah.
So Palace,
Palace we beat. No, hold on. Who was missing from Palace? Romero was there.
Romero was there. Royale, Udogie came back, so Porro wasn't there.
All right, so we've won and we've lost.
Yeah, both home games
missing. So that begins to balance it out. You see, so those two games we've lose one. So, JP,
I mean, for me, what I would say is he is important, right? He's important to the style that we play because he's got that pace and he does the sweeping up at the back. He makes those lovely sliding recovery tackles. So he's important, especially with his pace. But we are a team like that though. Still, if we don't have Maddison, we have no creativity in like midfield. Sonny's not there. We don't have no potency up front. If Udogie's not playing or Porro's not there, there's no drive from the wings going in kind of like inwards. Bentacore's not up to pace yet. There's no calmness. Basuma's off his game a little bit, you know. We missed that kind of like general like in there. So everyone at the moment, you take one little piece out and it seems to skew with the whole team and like the performance. Plus, it's also the fact that even when they're back now, they also need to be on their game, and that's where the squad comes in, right? Like, and in terms of quality of the squad, so I think it's a bit skewed the fact that those stats look as if when he's not around, like we can't win a game. But I think there are definitely other factors into it. But there's no doubt that he is important to our team, 100%. And he has been class. And lucky enough, kind of, we've had Vicario kind of like throughout the season. So kind of touch wood and all that stuff that like he doesn't go through a miss because again, that would be a massive miss. It's everywhere. We need massive cover for everyone, really. Up to their level as well, you know, not just the body.
Michael, I think people are talking about Wolves at home, not Wolves away, just so you know. Yeah, look, it's clear Mickey van der Ven has turned out to be probably the signing of the season. You know, it's between him and Vicario. You'd probably, I would edge it Van der Ven. I think Van der Ven's been
I agree with that.
I think Van der Ven's outstanding. He's been our best signing. So if he's your best,
ironically though, still those are two newest players. Like they came this season, and look at the impact they've made in the Tottenham world. That's credit. It feels like they've been in this team forever, but they're in their first season. Mad, isn't it, when you think about it?
I'd even big up Udogie for that, you know, like he's also literally hit the ground running, isn't he? He's taking it on board. He's taking the new.
Do you know what, JP? Do you know what I've noticed? Some people, like fans, I'm talking about Spurs fans, they're like, we're massive fans of Udogie, right? But he's not right across the board in the same way Vicario and Van der Ven is. Some people really like him, Udogie, and some don't. You know, it's a weird one for me because for such a young player, he's shown some really good evening moment. Such a good young player. I think he's done more good than bad. Anyway, he's made mistakes, but I think
he's done immensely well.
Really positive.
Like everyone
bearing in mind, JP, he's come to Spurs on the back of another manager wanted him. Not even he didn't come under Posteoglou. We brought Porro and Udogie as wing backs. We was playing fullbacks when we needed wing backs. Now we've got wing backs. We play fullbacks.
Pape Sarr was
Pape Sarr. Yeah.
It's the Tottenham way, right? It's the Tottenham way.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
You buy the players for the previous manager.
You buy the full. Yeah, you play with wing backs, and we got fullbacks. Now that we've got the wing backs, we're playing with a back four. Brilliant. But do you know what? No, jokes aside, they've been brilliant. All of them.
Big up, George.
New channel member.
Welcome aboard, sir.
This is true as well. We haven't lost with our first choice back four. Only Chelsea we lost. But then that was a different game. We lost two players.
Yeah, that's
a freak. That was a freak
behind it, isn't it?
But I agree. The more we have our back four, I'll probably say back five with a goalkeeper. I think the more we have those five together, the more chances, the percentages rises for us to win the games. I think the whole team feels more secure.
Stability, though, isn't it? It's that stability,
if you look at the midfielders and forwards, you look back and you see those five there. You're like, we're good, man. We're good.
The next subject I wanted to bring up, right, was this. I've got a different take on this, but I want to hear what you guys think. Right? So, how the Spurs pressing from the front has transformed from last season to this season. Okay, so bear in mind we play differently. Last year, we were 16th in the league in terms of pressing starting position. This year, we are 4th. So we've moved 3 meters higher up the pitch, which people call the high line. In terms of turnovers of the ball, we turned over possession of the ball high up in the press. We were bottom of the table last year, 20th with 255. This year, we are the number 1 team in the Premier League at winning possession high up the pitch from pressing. In terms of turning over the ball and converting it into shots, we're the 2nd best in the league. We're up 10th last year. In terms of pressed sequences, that's pretty much well. We've gone up in numbers, but we've gone down in numbers, but we've gone up in the league table, probably because the season hasn't ended. Yes. And in terms of passes allowed per defensive action, we're now 2nd compared to 15th. So we're stopping the opposition from getting their passes out from the back. So when you look at our pressing,
It's like relegation to Champions League.
yeah, we're like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 1st. We're really, really good metrics. But I've got a problem with this.
It's,
And
it's a different style, though, isn't it? At the end of the day, you can't. It's like saying, "Oh, guess what? Last year I was walking everywhere, and this year I'm running everywhere. But this year I'm quicker than I was last year." What's the point of that? What's the comparison there?
Well, the comparison is that Spurs are pushing up higher. We're winning possession of the ball more, which is leading to us having more shots when winning the ball higher up the pitch. And we are.
It's a different style of football, though, isn't it?
And that was with Kane last season.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what it's trying to show is because we're pressing, we're winning the ball more, getting more shots away because we're winning the ball, and we're stopping the opposition from building out from the back, which we saw against Villa. The amount of times Aston Villa had to go long because we pressed them, right? So when you look at that, do you see this as like, this is brilliant, this is great? Because I look at it and I've got a concern, if I'm honest with you. But I want to know what you think about it. Do you think the stats are impressive? Like when you look at this, you compare it to
Mari's just come.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I look at this. I mean, the numbers there are not lying in the sense of with the players that we have who are causing that pressure. That's a good thing, but it's also disappointing because we don't finish our dinner right. We get turnovers. We high press, but there is no reward for it in regards to scoring off a turnover, not being clinical, So what good is the press, working press if you're not, finishing the job, which is being able to get a quality chance of scoring or scoring a goal. That's how I look at it. I mean, someone may look at it and say, "Oh, look, see, great, look what Edgeball's doing," but we've wasted so many chances as a team that it's just and despite those numbers, we're still 5th. At this time, we were still kind of 4th at this time. So,
I mean, in terms of style of football, or not necessarily kind of like maybe not to that extent, but as a fan going to watch a game of football, in a way that, and I'm only going to say those first 10 games of the season, it seemed as if it was much better to watch on the eye and a lot more entertaining than going last season when we were literally defending at the edge of our penalty box, long balls out to Son and Kane, and that was it. Effective, you could say. It got us into 4th place, you could say, and all that good stuff. But it wasn't great to watch.
No.
Is it great to watch this year, JP? I mean, how many games have we watched where we say, yeah, that was
we've got 10 games left. The first 10 games were quite good to watch.
Were they?
I thought they were quite good to watch compared to what they were last year.
Let's go through it quickly. Right, first 10 games. Let's go through it. So, first game of the season.
If you're talking.
So I was saying the vibe was different the first 10 games, but that's because it was so rubbish by the way things ended last year. That to start, and it was surprise. It was fresh. The vibe was different at the club, and
It was nice being back there
everything
to
was
watch them.
galvanized. So maybe it made it feel like okay.
Well, let's go through this 10 games.
Go for it.
Right. Brentford 2-2. Were we good that game?
First game of the season.
Yeah, but were we good? That's the question, isn't it? Were we good?
First game of the season away at Brentford. New player.
Son gave away a penalty.
He scored a long goal, and we had Romero going off concussed. There were elements of it that
I remember Brentford getting in behind us and putting Emerson on his backside twice and missing open goals as well. So
Emerson did score as well that day. So I'm trying.
I'm not trying to say JP you're wrong.
It wasn't amazing, but it was like.
Were we actually that good? Like, if I look at that Brentford game, 2-2, I would say, yeah, we're all right, but no more than that. We're all right.
But I think first game away at Brentford, given what they were like, and they did the number on us at White Hart Lane last game of the season, only a few months before. We was happy with that. We were saying, you know what, that's a good start. We saw.
Yeah, were we good? The question is, did we play this good football? Right?
It was one game, though. You're basing it on Brentford. And it wasn't amazing, but
game by game. So, all right, what's the next one?
All right, go on.
It was all right. We showed some good stuff.
Right.
The intent and how we wanted to play, we say, yeah, okay. It was a good result.
Okay. Tottenham versus Man United. Now, if I remember that game, Man United would have battered
us the first half.
We were better in the second half. So, again, we done well. I thought we done well, but I don't think we were great.
But we won.
No,
but that's not. The question is performance. Was it like? Were you like, wow, brilliant, Tottenham, brilliant, or was it? You know what? Good second half. Good second half.
Well, I would say even though our backs were to the wall, and if I remember, Rashford had a clean header or something, didn't he?
No, it wasn't Rashford. It was Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
So
listen, we got away with a couple of situations, but that's because
first half, right?
We're implementing new changes there, man.
To see the fact that whatever chances they had, if they were fortunate, unfortunate, whatever it was, but we absorbed that and came away in the second half with a win.
I will personally say we did well, but it wasn't wow. It wasn't like really good, brilliant football. I would say, yeah, it was. We done well to win it.
It wasn't Harry Redknapp football. I was saying that a couple of episodes ago.
We're going to Bournemouth. We won 2-0. I can't remember that game, if I'm honest. We were away. I can't remember what.
We battered them. We battered them that day. We battered them that
game. Was a good one then.
Put them to bed.
That was a good one. Right? Then we played Burnley. We can all agree we were really good that day, yeah? We were really good.
Yeah.
That's what? 2 out of 5, right? 2 good games out of 5.
That's 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4.
So 50% good, 50%.
Yeah. Then we played Sheffield United. We won it, but again, was it a good performance?
No block. We struggled. We struggled that day because of the low block, and we still struggle against those teams today, to this day, with the low block. And that was just a moment at the end that we struggled. We struggled to deal with teams that play, But if you noticed, every single team that came to that at that time that were coming to White Hart Lane were setting up the same way, man. You're seeing football being played in their half. So
and that literally, even at that point, you could say that's game 5 of a new manager.
Yeah.
Game 5 with a new goalkeeper, new wing backs.
But JP, what was happening is against the better teams that they were coming on the front foot, we was dealing with them. We was playing toe to toe with them. And then against the teams that were playing low block, we were struggling. Arsenal, we went away to Arsenal.
Arsenal game's got to come up soon as well, right?
So the next one's Arsenal. So let's say Sheffield United, we didn't play great, right? Arsenal, we all agree we played really bloody well
Should
considering
have
who-
won.
Yeah.
Probably should have gone on to win that game.
So we're still 50-50 now. It's 3 out of 6. Then you go on to Liverpool. I don't know how you assess this game because they I thought they were all over us and they had a legitimate goal cancelled out. It weren't until they went down to 9 men, and even then we were struggling. Like, was that a good performance from Spurs? Probably not, in my opinion. Probably not.
It was a good result, maybe not a good performance, right?
Yeah, good result. Yeah, 100%. We won. So now it's swung the other way. Then we went away to Luton Town. Did we play well there? I think the first 15 minutes we should have had a hat trick.
First 20 minutes, it should have been like about 4-0 up. Yeah.
Yeah, we were battering them.
But we
Then
didn't.
We got a sending off though, didn't we?
we got a sending off, and then Luton were just missing open goals as well. So did we say that was a good performance because we were down to 10 men? Should we say that? Because we were down to 10 men, it was a good performance.
I thought it was a good play. But look, it was on the back of also positive results. You know, listen, the thing is, we were playing. We were trying to implement new changes and new ways of playing in that time, whilst trying to pick up results. So I don't know, man. Was you not expecting to like play well from the off? I don't know.
No. I didn't expect anything. JP said the first 10 games they were playing really well, and I'm saying, did we play really well? I know we got results, but looking back, listen, at the time I was in that hysteria as well. I was yeah man. But now, as we get to the last 10 games and seeing how the season's gone, when I look back, I personally don't think we actually played that well. I think half the games, yeah, good. The other half, not really, but we got the results. And that's kind of how I feel about the whole season, if I'm honest.
That'd probably be fair. Like that'd probably be fair. I'll take that. But I guess the whole change in atmosphere, changing the style, as in being on the front foot, being a bit more pressing. It's kind of almost chalk and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Not to say that at the end of the day, when Conte was there and that style we played and we were effective with it, that style was great while we were winning games, right? Once you didn't win a game or you went through a run of not having a shot on goal and stuff like that, then all the noise started, right? But literally going out, that's what you want to see from your team in a way, don't you? Taking the game to folks, trying to play it in their half.
See, JP, I think where I'm at with this, guys, Mari, tell me what you think as well, bro. Right? When I look at these pressing stats, Mari for me hit the nail on the head. First for turnovers, second for turnovers turning into shots, third for this, second for that. It reminds me of this. The Poch season when we come second. First for goals scored, first for this, first for that, first for this, first for this, first for that, first for on target accuracy, blah, 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 blah. We came second, we came third that season. We came third in the league that season. And I'm getting that vibe again where fourth, third, all these brilliant stats, but with, like Mari said it, we're fit. And I think, I swear to God, I hope I'm wrong. I think history is repeating itself where the stats look great. We're getting caught up in it. But the reality is we have conceded the 6th most goals in the league. And in terms of numbers of goals scored, we're 5th. So the stats say when it comes to pressing on the front foot, we are the 2nd or 3rd best team in the league. But the league table says 5th for a reason. This high line, this pressing game is giving away chance after chance after chance, and we're not dealing with it. And this pressing game that we are causing problems on the opposition, Kulus, the Johnsons, the Werners, the Rich Hills, they're all flattering to deceive. The only one benefiting from this is Sonny, and his stats show it. So is it a case, guys, that the system's kind of good because the stats show it, but the results are lacking because, as I've said all season, this forward line isn't that good. It's not as good as
quality's not there up front, really, is it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day. But if you, which is fine to look at it that way, and I think it's a fair comment. But if he can make these players do that in the first 8 months, given if he is backed correctly, which is something that we all want.
Direction looks good.
Can you see the fact that so the starting point,
direction looks good.
that base that he's put in the first 15, 20 games, whatever it is, he has laid those foundations, right? And he has been true to the style of play that he wants, be it the fact that we all say you got to mash it up a little bit at times, but it just needs the tools and the clientele to play in those positions to be able to do everything, right? So you need someone else pacey at the back. You need someone who can actually finish from the wings.
In fact, Mari, when you listen to what JP says, and I agree with what he said, by the way, do you think that if we got in these quality players, we're suddenly going to start challenging, but without dropping that defense just a little bit back? Do you think even with quality players, this aggressive high line is actually sustainable?
Yes and no, because my concern is, like I said this, I said this on the Thursday show. VDV keeps getting hurt because he has all that running that he has to do. Because we're playing a high line, we're gonna have to get a quality backup or someone to challenge him. Not say backup because they'll get box office mad because he gets injured. And so the back line playing a high line, it's still, for me, it's still kind of Russian roulette. Like, you could have the quality players now to have a front foot type of offense attack, which I do like. But playing the high line also kind of is still kind of scary, That's why I kind of want, for me, a proper CDM, a proper 6 that could sit there, because if our wingbacks are going to bomb forward, we need to have a solid defense, because we're leaking too much. We're leaking too much goals to my liking this year. We're leaking too many goals to my liking, and I don't want to see that next year. Even with a healthy starting 11, I want the chances to be reduced. I hate saying this because they are our rivals, but the reason why Arsenal has a great defense is because they don't give up many shots. They don't. I would like to have a team that does not give up attempts. I hate, it could work sometimes in the sense of Liverpool. They give up a lot of shots, and they're still up there in regards to stats, in regards to defense, but they've been lucky. Whereas, you look at Arsenal, like, they do not give attempts, so it's something that I would feel more comfortable is that our opponents having less shot attempts, and that requires not always playing that high line, then so be it.
But in a way, Mari, would that be a better CDM? Because to me, from what I've seen a lot this season, it's not really that. It's more the fact that where we play, be it narrow, be it high, it's that diagonal ball over the top to the sides, right? Which normally gets them in.
Yeah. And so,
listen, we are in a situation right now as a team that we're kind of not there yet. There's still works to be done within the team, technical level of the team, that needs to go up to really get the fruitions of the way we're trying to play. Our defense is there. If we want to play high line, it's fine, because we want to go and get the teams further up the field. You win the further up the field, you're closer to the goal. The problem we've had all season is that we're not killing games off. When we have a 20, 30-minute spell in the game, we're not killing them off. We don't have killers up front where they can get 1, 2 goals, the game is done. The defense can then breathe. What happens is that we're trying to play a certain way where where perhaps arguably the tweaks needs to happen for sure. Even our defensive line, sometimes we do need to tweak it in respecting the
That's the way
opponent.
we play, mate. Who we are,
Yeah,
mate.
okay, that's fine. Then
No,
we
thank
when
you.
we are when we are playing further up, we need to kill the game up because for the opposition, when you're on top of them, if they're riding out the storm and they feel that they're still in the game, even having been second best, they know in the second half perhaps they can go at the other end and score a goal, which has happened by the way. We've been on top of teams, they go at the other end and they score a goal, and then before you know, you're in a dogfight. So it's all well and good to having a good defense, but you need to have equally good up front. So we need to improve that for sure. And I think as well, Ange, from his point of view, whilst he totally believes in the way he plays, I think he will gradually, um, perhaps for sure, stick to the way he wants to play, but will begin to tweak. He will learn on the job because he's never played in he's never been involved in the Premier League before this year, actually seen it firsthand. So he will gain a lot from this year's experience. And I think he would hopefully, fingers crossed, he will go stronger again next season. Perhaps he will learn from the mistakes he's also done this season. But listen, I'm a massive fan of his, and I think I like the way Spurs are trying to play. I don't think we can really pick up the fruitions of the way we want to play because we are, as a technical point of view, we're not quite there with the players, especially like we mentioned before in that front line. I think that we have to bring the level up on that one because everywhere on the pitch, I think our level's really good. Our defensive, like defenders are really good, technical, very good players. Our goalkeeper's very good. We've replaced an absolute club legend in Hugo Lloris, and we've managed to do that, not
Seamlessly.
spending a lot of money in a player that, let's be honest, we all didn't know. And he's come really good. And perhaps if we can get another 2 or 3 players, even of that level, Madison level, Van der Ven level, Vicario level, our team will improve massively. We just need to do it in the area where we want to dominate and kill off teams most, and that's in that final third. If we can do that and improve that, along with the number 6 that you mentioned, Murray, for sure. If we're going to play with really attacking
Yeah.
fullback, because these two guys, in the mindset that they have going forwards, they kind of remind me a little bit of the way Kyle Walker and Danny Rose used to be forced. But I'm not saying they're those two, but the ideology of the way we want the fullbacks to play is like those two. So for sure, to
Hey,
allow that,
Iggy,
we need to find the balance. And I think the balance isn't quite there. I think that's the key. The balance isn't quite there. But
100%.
I think we can get there though. We can get there.
Spot on, because Sinclair brings up, well, City and Liverpool play that high line. And big up to those in the chat. That's why I mentioned CDM first. And big up to Luca, who says they have Rice, Endo. Well, before Endo, they had Thiago at Liverpool, right? They're not giving up the ball. Rodri, they're not giving up the ball because they're proper CDMs. Whereas Basuma, is he a 6? Is he an 8? He has been consistent, you know. Crouch, big up to you. We need a CDM who protects that high line better than Basuma, right? So that's why I mentioned, you know, we getting a proper CDM would definitely help me feel more comfortable playing that high line. But we don't have that. And so if we go into next year thinking Basuma is going to be it's either Basuma improves or we get a proper CDM like a Paulinho. If you gave me a Paulinho for the VDV and Romero, I'm not complaining. I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all, right? Our fullbacks can bomb forward, right? Just like they do at City, Liverpool, and so on. But we don't have that. So but you're spot on, Iggy, in regards to balance. We have to find the balance on this team.
Big up Connor.
I mean, personally, for me,
SMO Sports
Chris, though, I know you just go on, big up Connor.
Yeah, big up Connor. Big up, stay on the panel every time, you frauds. By the way, guys, today evening I'll be on Connor's channel. We're doing a buy, keep, or sell for the Spurs squad. So come and check us out on Connor's channel on Wednesday.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna go.
Selling everyone except for 2 players, I think.
I think the other thing I would like to see is also to get maybe another speedy centre back. As much as I love Romero and stuff, but if we had 2 speed merchants there, that means there's a bit of cover, right? It's not Van der Ven doing it all the time. That could reduce injuries for him and also for someone else, but it just means they could take it in turns.
Or we bring in a
Because the way we play, it's inevitable that they've got to rush back and collect the ball.
Just we need a hamstring specialist to work in a medical team to get the players back.
That's 30 years we've needed a bit of medical staff, man.
I honestly think if we don't buy a proper bad boy, proper bad man, number 6, and we don't completely change the forward line except for all of them except for Son, we're not winning a damn thing with Ange. That's my honest opinion. I've seen enough to make up my mind on it. Richie's not.
But literally, you're talking about if
Brennan's.
We're talking about spending 100 million, or we go and find someone, right? And if we go and find someone, that's us taking a punt on that person, whoever it is, because we're not going to know.
Well, you got Paulinho, plays for Fulham. Go get him.
He's going to Bayern Munich, wasn't he? Or he was going to Bayern Munich last season or whatever.
We're a step up from Fulham. Why can't we go in and try and bid for him? I don't want to see Conor Gallagher at Spurs, guys.
No. He's not the one we want. But I mean, if you're talking about in that ilk, right, to be that rock at the back and be controlling and be Dembele type, be like you see Declan Rice running around sweeping.
We're up against Rodri and Declan Rice. That's our main rivals. If we want to win trophies, they're the main rivals right now. That's what they've got. So we need to match that or do better. So if we don't bring in that, we would always fall short. Listen, I've always defended Kulusevski. I think we should look at maybe moving because he's inconsistent. He's just inconsistent. And quality players are consistent. They're consistently performing. Son, you look at him right now, he's the joint 4th goal scorer in the league. He scored 14, 4 behind Haaland, and Son's missed 6 weeks of football. He's also the number 1 out of all the strikers in the Premier League. He's number 2 for assists, 1 behind Ollie Watkins. He's quality because he consistently delivers, right? Kulu's inconsistent. Brennan's inconsistent. Timo's inconsistent. Brian Hill doesn't even play. Solomon, we don't know. Veliz, what was the point? Unless we get that consistency, I just don't see how the system works. Basuma, good player, inconsistent.
Very. And that's the potency that we want to be able to finish off those 52 times we've won the ball up high and stuff like that, right?
You've got players like Højbjerg, Skip. I'm not quite sure where they fit in this team. So there's a lot of work to be done. I don't know how much of it can be done, but if we are going to not only bring in players, but you got to look at the players that you need to move on. We need to really get going.
And Ndombele, that man's still here.
As soon as the season ends, you need to move these players on as well. So there's a lot of work to be done, and I don't think we've got a lot of time to that. To really have it. And you think that the Euros are on, and like I said earlier on, the Copa America's on. There's still a lot of football going to be played even when the season ends, and we need to do a big job and get it started as soon as possible. And Sessegnon and players like that have known that they're just.
He's coming back, and Ndombele's coming back. Lo Celso's still at the club injured.
But you know what? That is a big point of the summer, to be honest, because everyone think, okay, summer we've got to go out and buy 5-6 players, whatever it is, right? The scouting hopefully started already, and they've already been touching bases and talking to people and stuff like that. Hopefully that has been going on already, because as you say, Iggy, once the season finishes, a couple of weeks later, a tournament starts.
Yeah,
and then you go, oh, players don't get involved while they're in a tournament and all of that. Then suddenly there's another 5-6 weeks gone down the
But
line.
also, like players like Amrabat, I don't think they're going to get signed by Man United because he's not playing enough. He will be going back to Fiorentina and he will be on his last year in the contract. Someone like him on his last year in the contract, Fiorentina will deal for 20 million euros. Quite
But
easy.
he struggled at Man United, though.
Yeah, but
he struggled at Man United. Does that make him a bad player?
I haven't seen enough of him to think he can cope in the Prem, though.
He hasn't been involved in
would be nice.
He came on against Man City. First touch, gives the ball away, and they go 3-1 up.
Yeah, but I disagree that Amrabat is bang average.
I get what you're saying, that he's a good player. And
it happens where he's not playing a lot. He's not he's not probably in the most confident first season.
Can we afford to take that risk? Can we afford to take that risk? That's what it's going to come down to. Can we afford to risk whether Amrabat is actually better than what we're seeing? Can we afford to take that risk?
There's no guarantees that whoever we bring in is going to actually hit the ground running at Spurs.
But I think,
I completely disagree with the other comment right earlier on is about converting Romero into a centre midfielder. Why? Romero's a centre back. If we want a defensive midfielder, go and buy a defensive midfielder. If you want a centre back, go and buy a centre back. Don't buy a centre back to go and play him in midfield. Don't buy forwards and then go and play
Manu Kone is the perfect number 6.
Can I say something? And I heard it from this person, and I'm gonna give him a big up because people usually say he is a happy clapper and whatsoever. I was shocked it came out of his mouth. They were talking about Basuma, right? And then he went on to Madison. And I'm talking about Jay, right? Jay was talking about Madison, and he was talking about the pros and cons of Madison, and that what were the things that Leicester fans didn't like about Madison, and sometimes when he didn't play his best games is when he wasn't really focused. He was mentioning a lot of good reasons, and I was just like, you know what? He's bringing up some good points to say, hey, Madison has been a wonderful addition to our squad. But definitely for next season, we got to get cover for Madison. That is a must. We must, because not only injury.
If he doesn't create Mari, or if he's injured, then we lose it.
Because Madison does sometimes disappear. Then we need another CAM, another 10 to challenge him. Maybe it is Kulu. Who knows? I would rather see someone different, but to be honest, we need to definitely get cover or someone as equal as Madison for next season. And I was hearing that from Jay, from all people. And Jay doesn't usually criticize our players, but he went in on the last, I think, rival show on Madison, and I was like, whoa, wow, this is something that Tommy Ray would do.
Do you know what? It cracks me up because people like Jay will go in on Madison, but then they won't go in on Brennan Johnson, Timo Werner's, and the ones that are absolute gash that need to be out of this club ASAP. Do you know what?
He might be right. Madison's least of our worries, though, right?
Exactly. It's like one of those. Like we do listen. We 100% need a backup to Madison. Like anyone who thinks otherwise is deluded. But
since I was surprised, I'm like, him and all people went in on.
You got to balance the players coming in with the players going out.
But here's the thing.
We're looking at with 6-7 players coming in, and they're like,
Iggy,
you're not going to have a 50-man squad.
But here's the thing, though. If you get a proper left and a proper right player, they can do part of what Madison does.
I'm not disagreeing with you, lot. I'm saying that we have a situation where we have players. So what I'm saying is,
do we need? Listen, of course we need a backup to Madison, but for me, what's more important is get proper wide players that if Madison's injured, they can do that job from a wider area, and then after we've done that, get a backup to Madison. Surely that's
of course.
I think Iggy means get rid of your Ndembele's.
You can't have Deadwood still at the club. Like, we have to balance the players coming in with the players going out because.
Iggy, what I will say is it shouldn't be. We need to get them out so we can get players in, right?
JP, it's a nightmare for a manager It really is. Even if
Well,
he
for
doesn't
squad
play them,
size,
it's a
for squad
nightmare. It's a
size,
nightmare.
we've got to do
You lot,
something with these players. There's too many.
you door. Go find
Yeah,
someone.
but it's not listen, those players already. The players like Højbjerg, Skip, Hill, they know they're not part of the program moving forward, and maybe one or two others as well. But Emerson and Emerson not so much because he has been involved, but there are players in that team or that squad that they're just not part of it no more, and they know that they're not. But it's one thing, we get to a point where nobody wants them, and then we're having to make deals, sending them out on loan or just to get them out of the door, even for a season. But there comes to a point where you need to start cashing in on them. So
Hey, 10-inch.
big up, Alan.
Ding a ling in the house, Mr. 10
so-
inch. Thanks for the super chat,
Welcome,
Alan.
bro. Nice to see you.
Hope you're doing well, my man. Iggy, can I ask you a question, right? Like, in fact, all of you guys, you think actually one big problem we've got is that the team as a whole, as a collective, is overhyped in the sense of I don't think our passing is nowhere near good enough to play this kind of football.
It was shocking the other day.
Yeah, look, Fulham, we're going to find out if that was a one-off, right? We'll find out over the next couple of games, or if that is just that's been coming, as people have said. But in general, I don't think our passing is this crisp, tight, slick. There's times when I think, wow, that was a brilliant move. But in general, I find, especially in that midfield area, we are so sloppy.
It's too hard to it's too hard to each other, or it's too soft, or it's mislaid. Every single time. Like, the amount of times I see somebody give a ball to someone else and they've got to readjust their whole body just to control that ball because it seems like it's almost blasted at them. And you go, what do you do in training? Do you not do passing to each other?
I just think that because a lot of the counterattacks that come on us is because we lose possession in stupid areas. Like we lose possession in the most ridiculous areas, and then pow, they get us
straight onto us. Yeah.
Because when we're in possession, we set up in a certain way, and we get the centre backs that split, and like we make a stupid mistake, and all of a sudden players are where they're not meant to be in non-possession. But we will set up for possession football, and we just don't keep the ball. We're not crisp enough with it.
That's why passing's important in that setup, right?
Of course, you got to. It's got. You know what it is? It's got to be crisp, and it's got to be the first touches in.
It's got to be quick.
It's got to be quick, but in tight spaces where you're so up the pitch, it's quite compressed because you've got the opposition there. So that first touch, the ball's got to move quick, and it's got to be good, and you've got to be really good in tight spaces. You've got to be really good in tight space. You haven't got a lot of space because, like I said, it's compressed. In that 20, 30 yards, you've got 20 players there, and
that's why
we're not quite there yet. We're not quite. This is what I'm trying to say. We're not quite there. That doesn't mean we change our style of football. It means that we have to raise the level in certain areas of the pitch.
We need technical players that are comfortable on the ball, that can play under pressure, and that can make decisions quick. Basically, quality.
Yeah,
quality.
Sorry, Mike, 2 seconds. What I said to Stell the other day, though, something I've noticed is that those first few games we were playing it quicker, right?
We were quicker.
Now is that
especially pre-season, we were
literally, where everyone had their heart in their mouth in the penalty box because we used to play those little triangles inside the penalty box and stuff, and then go round players. And we all had, why do we do that? Bloody hell, that's so scary. And Stell went through it all and said, at the end of the day, looking at the patterns that they look at, they are bringing on the attackers to us so that then they can beat that press there. And then you do quick little triangle balls and like kind of suddenly we're breaking. But one thing I've noticed the last 4 or 5 games is that the opposition, they're not coming to us anymore. So literally 8, 9 out of 10 times, the ball's with Ramiro at his feet, and he's like, okay, well, no one's coming to me. What do I do? Oh, let me give it to Van der Ven. And then he'll go a little bit and go, what do I do? Oh, let me give it back to Ramiro. But I don't think your Basumas or whoever it is are literally coming too deep to get it off him.
JP,
And then sometimes Madison's coming back to get it off him.
the processing is slow and starts with Kulu. That's my biggest gripe with him since the beginning. Me and Will Stewart, we were doing the watch along, complaining how slow, how indecisive Kulu can be sometimes. What I envision of an Ange team and what I was sold that what it's going to be, and I've only seen a little bit flashes of our team doing it, but ultimately this is what I want to see Tottenham be a team as Stell said, fast, ping, 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 progressive precision passing, and it's quick. We are always on the run. The passes are quick, accurate, and boom, we are on the attack. This is what I have been sold for Ange Ball. This is the utopia. This is what we want to see from our team, where we have midfielders who are not indecisive, processing and slow, and then turning over the ball. They are literally, it's like a well-oiled machine. You know, bing, 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 bing.
JP's right in what you were saying though. So I did a whole show. And look, this is how to beat a 2-man press. This is how to beat a 3-man press. This is how to beat an all-man press. I did a whole show on explaining it. Right. If a team doesn't press us and they kind of drop off a little bit, now we've got to find a different way. And this is where the midfield needs to be better. And this is where I think we come unstuck a bit, because a lot of our play, let me remove this. If you look at the way we play out for a 2-man press, we want to get it into that rectangle area. But to get it, there's a pattern of play to do it. Likewise, with a 3-man press, there's a series of movements where it goes into Basuma, back to Basuma to the defender, switches to the goalie, then out wide, and then boom, you're now going to exploit higher up the pitch. You've got a 3-on-2. And with an all-man press, it's about sending it down the middle, but then the fullbacks push up, then you get an overload, right? Anyway, if they don't press you and they sit back a bit, you then have to take it to them, which means whereas you're trying to move the ball and get it wide and go, you now need to use the middle. And that's where you need technically gifted players. You need real top level players.
I know I'm going to get poo-pooed on this whatsoever, but the rumors out, Spurs web put it out there. The rumors out there. People seriously say this is going to happen. I know he's 27 or 28 years old. Still has a lot of gas in him. But if there was ever a time that we would seriously pay for a player, Jack Grealish would be the perfect person on the wing. That he is the perfect edge ball player. Perfect edge ball player would be Jack Grealish. But you know our club, we will never go for him. But he will be perfect because he's going to be available. I believe it. He's going to be available.
Quality costs
We've got
money.
this young kid coming, haven't we? Who's meant to be?
You need to spend, man.
He's meant to be shit hot. You know the young kid that's coming from, is it Norway, Sweden?
Oh, Bergvall.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie.
He looks good.
He's looking nasty. He looking good. He's making some kids. People look like a fool. I know it's the Scandinavian League, but when you make someone look like a fool, you make someone look like a fool. Bergvall's making people look like a fool. I'm not putting no pressure on Luka Modric or whatsoever.
That's the thing, Mari, isn't it? We have to curb that expectation.
And we may possibly have a bad man coming in. We might have a bad man, Mr. Bergvall, coming in. You know, I'm curbing the excitement, but from what I see, I'm like, yo, this
until I see him in a Spurs shirt, pulling the strings, cutting teams open. I'm gonna wait. Yeah. I'm gonna wait. I hope he is a top player because we need something decent.
We need talent. We need people that this dude. Because I mean I forgot what tournament that he was in. Beautiful goal that he scored, and then it was like 3 people. He was just making them look silly. I'm like, He's
I'm
out.
looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing him.
I'm holding fire. I'm holding fire. Young players. I don't.
You don't want to put that pressure, but that's the thing, Iggy. This is us as a club, is what we do, right? We don't buy quality, we crave it, and then we go and buy these youngsters, and they get hyped up to be these quality players. And then a couple of games they don't do it. He's rubbish. Boo! Get him out.
Let's move it on to. Let's try and predict who's going to finish in the top 4. Right? Let's try and do it. We've got 350 people watching across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. Guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, give yourselves a big up from Tottenham away. So I've produced a little chart. And we're going to go through each team battling for top 4. We're going to give them points based on what we think the results will be, and then we're going to have a final point score at the bottom. So currently, Villa's on 56, Man United's on 53, Tottenham's on 47. I've done that wrong. We're on 53. They're on 47. Let me change it.
No, we're
47.
on 53. Yeah,
53. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Right. So let's go through the games. Let's try and predict if they're going to win, draw, or lose. All right. So let's do Villa's first. So Villa at home against Wolves.
Lost.
It's a funny one.
I mean, they're good at home. They're good at home.
tough game.
We beat them 4-0 at home, didn't we?
It depends on when the European games are, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go draw. They drop points. They're gonna have a draw at home for Villa.
Wolves win.
I was leaning to Wolves winning, but Villa is very good at home, so I'm gonna go with draw. They're one of the best home teams in the league. They don't lose at home.
Who's that? Villa.
Villa, yeah.
Aston Villa's European game is after Brentford and after Arsenal. So, are we all saying draw? We're going for a draw, guys?
Oh, draw.
I think they're going to
win, but
I think Aston Villa will win that.
Let's do a vote. I'm going draw. Murray's going draw. Iggy saying win yourself, JP?
Yeah.
well, I said a Wolves win, but like there's 2 draws there, so go with a draw.
Draw. All right. So 1 point. Man City away.
0.
Loss 0.
0. Brentford at home. Bear in mind, this game is 5 days before their European match. I reckon they win that.
They're winning 3. They're winning 3 points.
Iggy, JP?
Yeah, home win.
Arsenal away.
Draw.
I think Arsenal win.
I think Arsenal's decline starts after they lose to City. I think they draw.
I think they're
When's
losing.
Arsenal winning that.
Arsenal play Bayern Munich 3 days after Villa and 4 days before Villa.
It's a draw. That's a gauntlet of the schedule they have. It's a tough schedule.
I think momentum's a big thing, though. I think Arsenal win that.
After just playing Bayern a couple of days? Okay.
I'm going to win as well, Arsenal. What about you, JP? Iggy?
Yeah, same. I think Arsenal will win that one as well.
It'd be nice, Murray. It'd be nice.
Bournemouth at home.
Win.
That's 3 points.
Yeah, win.
Bear in mind, Bournemouth at home is 3 days after the European game.
Yeah.
Considering they were crap against us after their European game. Nah, I still think they win that.
All right, 3 points.
Like you smashed Porto at home? Like you smashed Porto at home, Don Carlo? This is where it gets, the season starts heating up. The last 10 games with Champions League games between.
And that thing starts shrinking, right, Murray?
Oh, yeah. So,
guys, Chelsea at home. Chelsea might still be in the cup. In fact, Chelsea in the cup then. Let's have a look.
Yeah, they're still in the cup.
Chelsea fixtures.
They could still win a cup.
I think Chelsea will win.
Play the
Chelsea's
semi-final.
so weird. Chelsea's been playing better. I'm gonna
I
say
think Chelsea will win.
I think Chelsea's gonna win.
That.
I think Chelsea's gonna win. Chelsea has been playing better.
Chelsea, the semi-finals way before. It's a week before they got asked. Yeah. Chelsea win. I don't know if Chelsea. Do you know what? I think
I'm
Villa
saying
beat.
draw.
Right, I'm saying Villa win. JP's saying
Draw.
Iggy's saying
I think Chelsea will
win. Murray,
Chelsea
what you going
win.
for?
I've been saying
So,
Chelsea will win. They've been playing better.
Brighton away. You don't know what Brighton's going to turn up.
Yeah.
Also, Villa might still be in Europe.
And Brighton is at home. I'm gonna say draw.
Yep, I'll go with that.
All right, 1 point.
Brighton. Yeah.
Liverpool at Villa. Bear in mind, Liverpool might still be in the Europa Cup semi-finals.
Yeah, but they might be in a title race. They're in a title race, so I'm saying Liverpool will win. Liverpool will smack them.
I think Liverpool's gonna win.
Man.
Liverpool's gonna win.
All right, last game of the season. Palace away.
They win 3 points.
Who wins?
Yeah.
Villa wins 3 points.
Yeah,
I'm going for a win as well. Right, we're saying that between now and the end of the season, Villa's only going to pick up another 11 points. Do we want to change anything there, or is that what we're seriously saying?
This is their hardest part schedule. So I mean, they got City.
They've got 9 games left. They've got 9 games left. That's 27 up for grab. We're saying
I think they'll beat Wolves. I said at the beginning they'll beat Wolves. The other,
what was Villa's last result?
I think Wolves and Brighton they'll win.
Weren't Villa's
It was
last
a draw. It was a draw, wasn't it? Against West Ham, wasn't it?
Yeah, they scraped a 1-1 draw against West Ham.
Chelsea has been playing better. Chelsea is the team that Chelsea plays everybody. They play us. They play Arsenal. They play.
Guys, do you know what? Hold on.
United. Chelsea's not the team that everybody wants to play right now. I'm telling you now.
Let's do the Wolves game again, right? I think Villa will win. I agree. I think Villa will win.
I don't think we're gonna beat Chelsea.
I know it's a Midlands derby and all of that, but
I think Wolves will win.
Maury?
I said a draw. They come from international break, and I think it's gonna be.
What did you say?
I said win for Villa.
Right, I'm changing my mind to Villa win. So 2 of us outnumber you. So that's 3 points. What about this Chelsea game? Are we? Surely that's at least a draw, man. Chelsea.
Why are you trying to add points for them?
Because I'm thinking about because I don't think Villa's only going to get 11 points between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, but you have to look at the games. You have to look at the games they're playing.
I know. And they're in Europe. Like that's a gauntlet of games, not including the teams that they have to play in Europe.
I know, but I just don't think Unai Emery picks up 11 points in 27. I think he's a better manager than that.
Yeah, but I think he'll also lean on the side of winning a trophy in Europe than finishing top 4.
Yeah, but he's not just going to. He's not just going to bend over. Like he's not.
No, it'd be nice if he can get both. But I think he would probably put his eggs in the winning a cup basket.
Right. So are we? Did none of us think they get a draw against Chelsea, who are crap?
Chelsea
been playing well, man.
They've been playing well. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Chelsea going to try and push for Europa as well if they can.
Let's move on.
The only games we've said they'll lose: Man City, which is they're in the top 3.
Arsenal,
top 3, Liverpool, right?
And Chelsea. Those are 4 hard teams. I don't know what Don Carlos complaining about. Those are 4 hard teams. I can see them losing.
Listen, fair play. It makes sense. I get it. All right, man.
4 hard teams.
No, fair play. Let Don Carlo can cry. It's fine. Everyone's allowed to cry. We can all cry.
We're
Man
just
United.
predicting, guys. We're just predicting. It's not.
No, we're not. We're not.
It's not gospel.
No, we're not predicting. This is the outcome, Iggy. It's going to happen.
Oh, okay, it's gonna happen. We have
It's
the
going to happen,
power.
right? Right, Man United. Brentford away.
Draw.
Man United is a tough.
Will Man United wake up after that Liverpool game? They've got Hoyt back.
I don't know, man. That cup game was a freak, man.
But I think for them, if the international break didn't come, it may have been good for them. But with the international break coming, I don't know if that's killed any of that momentum that they had.
I think they beat Brentford.
I think they beat Brentford.
I think they beat Brentford. United get 3 points.
Do we all agree? Do we all agree?
Yeah.
I think they'll win. They'll beat Brentford. They'll lose to Chelsea.
Chelsea away, people. I think that's a draw.
I think
Man
draw.
United, Chelsea's always got a draw.
Draw.
JP?
Draw.
Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Loss. That's a loss. That's a loss. That's a loss.
Will Liverpool put... Listen, you know what? I think Liverpool win. I'll tell you why. If Jurgen Klopp didn't take off Salah, I think they would have won that game in the FA Cup. I thought he took off his best players too soon.
Too early, yeah.
Do we all agree Liverpool beat Man United?
Yeah, they want payback. I think Liverpool will win.
I'm saying draw. I'm saying draw, man.
I was thinking draw, but
It's their cup final this year, man. I'm saying draw.
Liverpool win, man.
Right, 3 points. Bournemouth away. Bournemouth have been good. Solanke's been good. They're at home. Bournemouth have been a handful.
Wait, you're giving them 3 points? Man United's going to beat Liverpool.
Sorry. Yeah,
wow.
Good spot. Bournemouth away.
I would think that they would beat Bournemouth.
They'll win.
I think that's a draw. Iggy?
I think they'll win.
No, I think they'll win that one, especially if they lose at Liverpool.
All right, Newcastle.
3
Old
points
Trafford.
bounce back. Now that could be a draw.
They'll win. Newcastle is just too beat up and stuff like that. I think they'll win. So I'm more worried about United than Villa.
3 home games coming up. 4 home games.
I'm worried about
4
United.
home and 2 away. That's a really good advantage, you know.
What were we saying about Newcastle, guys?
I think they win 3 points.
I think draw, but
I think they beat Newcastle.
Yeah, I don't know. Newcastle a bit off the ball, man. I think they'll win at home.
Yeah.
All right. Sheffield and Burnley. They're winning both, right? The two bottom.
I'm more worried about United than Villa.
Right. Crystal Palace away, people.
I think
the manager's been there now for 2 months. He's got his way with the players. Maybe at least a couple of them are back. I don't know.
That's 4 wins on the trot you're giving them there. So if they go to Palace with 4 wins and they're back,
they're winning.
Wipe the floor with them as well.
Yeah.
All right. Arsenal at home.
Woo!
I think Arsenal. If Arsenal are in the title race, Arsenal will win that.
I think Arsenal will win.
That's literally with 2 games to go, right?
I think that's a draw.
That's the game before.
Arsenal a better team.
Woo! Arsenal's a better team. But they're on the road.
Arsenal could either be there or they could be out, right?
Arsenal will win. They've got a better team than them.
I think Arsenal's going to win.
They're stronger.
Right,
Arsenal's stronger, man.
Arsenal. All right.
No.
You've got to be honest.
Brighton away, last game of the season.
Draw.
I think draw. I think it's a draw.
Right. 66 points. 3 points behind Villa.
6 wins, man, for United from down to the end of the season.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they've got one extra. Yeah, it's right. 10 games. Right. Spurs, Luton at home.
Win.
We'll win.
West Ham away. I don't think we're winning that.
We lose.
Draw.
I think we lose that game. I'm being really honest.
Draw.
I think it'll be a draw.
Right, Mari, you've been outnumbered. It's a draw. Forest at home.
Win.
Newcastle away.
Win.
I don't think we're winning that.
I think we'll lose that.
I think we.
I say draw.
I think we're more inclined to lose to West Ham than to lose.
I think Newcastle away, we're going to put in a shit performance like we did against Fulham. I agree with Iggy. I think we lose that. I think it's just going to be that game where we just don't turn up. I agree.
And then 0.
So that's 0, back-to-back zeros. Because
there's a lot of zeros coming up, Mari.
Back-to-back zeros because City's beating us.
By the way, I don't think City beat us at home. I don't think.
They will. Because here's the thing: this time they're in the heat of a title race,
and they're still in the FA Cup, and they're still in Europe.
Doesn't matter. I think City still smashes us.
Same City, man. I don't know. I don't think they beat us.
1 point.
Mari's going City win. I'm going draw. I think
1 point.
Iggy.
I think City wins.
I think we might win that one. I got a feeling we'll win that.
I'm more confident of us beating Arsenal than beating City.
I think we'll lose at Newcastle. We'll win at Man City. And we'll get slapped by Arsenal.
JP, what's your prediction? 1 minute. Let's get this game done first.
That's my feeling.
I think we'll get slapped by City, and then we.
1 minute, guys. 1 minute. So if Mari says lose, Iggy says win, and JP and I say draw, then the average is a draw. So this is a draw, right? Arsenal at home.
We win. We win that game.
I don't know.
I think we win that game.
3 points.
Is that ego talking, or is that because you generally believe we're going to outperform Arsenal?
I actually think it's going to be a continuation from the first leg. I mean,
I think we're going to draw.
We'll be back.
Spurs will draw. I think Spurs will draw.
I think we win, and then we lose next week to Liverpool. I think it's going to be win.
1 minute. So JP, you've gone win. Mari, you've gone.
I'm not going with my emotion because I said that we're going to lose.
What are you going with? Win, lose, or draw?
Against Arsenal, I think we win. We win against Arsenal.
You were outnumbered. There you go. Right. So
I think we lose against City and Liverpool.
Right.
Why people say I'm going with my emotion?
One game at a time.
I was going my emotion. I would say we beat City, we beat Arsenal, beat Liverpool. No, I'm saying we lose to City,
one game
to Liverpool, and we lose to West Ham. I predicted 3 losses.
Don't worry, we're right. They're wrong. We're always right. Liverpool away. Are we all agreeing we're not winning? We're losing.
No, we ain't winning that.
We're losing, yeah?
Especially with whatever happened at White Hart Lane. We ain't winning that either way. Whatever way you look at it, we're going to win that game.
Point by Michael. Arsenal's schedule is jam long when they play us. If they make it to the semifinals and they have to play City or Real Madrid, going to be drained. People are not considering that. We don't play in Europe. So I'm just saying, Arsenal is
City and Arsenal at home. We're getting 4 points, yeah?
Murray, hold on a minute. We don't play Europe. Murray, 1 minute. You see, we don't play in Europe. We don't play in Europe, yet we're getting banged up by Fulham. Perspective. Squad. Europe or no Europe, right?
So City and Arsenal back to back, we're getting 4 points.
Hold on. Burnley at home. We all agree we're going to smash.
We'll win.
Right. Chelsea away. Listen.
We lose.
I think a draw is the best we hope for.
No,
I think we can get a draw.
I'll be realistic. We don't win at Stamford Bridge. We're going to lose at Chelsea.
We can draw. We drew that. Conte drew that. We drew.
Yeah, all right, last year. But I don't think we're going to beat
Chelsea worse this year. Chelsea worse.
I don't think we beat Chelsea. See, I'll be realistic. I predicted 4 losses.
I don't think we'll beat them. I think we're going to draw.
4 losses. We'll beat Sheffield United. We'll win by 1 point over Villa. We'll make top 4 by 1 point.
JP, Chelsea away. What's your views?
Draw.
We'll lose at Chelsea. We'll beat Sheffield United.
Well, hold on. So we've got 2 draws and 2 losses. Right. In the comments, we need you to be the deal breaker. Spurs v Chelsea, right? Do we win, lose, or draw? In the comments, you've got 1 minute. I'm going to add up. You've got 1 minute. In the comments, you're the deal breaker because we can't decide. Let's see what they say.
We won't win at Chelsea.
We'll
Yeah,
win
but
at
is it
Chelsea.
a draw
We'll beat
or is it a loss?
Chelsea.
George says draw.
H
Carlos
says we'll slap
lose,
Chelsea.
win, draw, lose. Oh my god, it's the same shit. Draw. More people are saying draw. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well,
5, 6, 7 draws. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. 30 more seconds, guys. 2 people saying we can win. Another someone saying lose.
sounds like draws the
Draws leading by 2. There's another draw. Okay, guys, we're going with draw. Lose. Hold on.
We clinch top
Draw.
4. If we get a point at Chelsea, we'll clinch. That will beat the Spursy monkey.
Lose.
Mate,
Payback.
that's
Okay.
Potty's last game, I'm
We're
telling
going
you.
for draw. We're going for
That
draw.
would
Murray,
be
That'll
that would
Potty's
be
last game.
the ultimate Spurs monkey. Because if we
what
get a
losing at Sheffield United.
to clinch at Chelsea with a draw, that would be a dawn of a new era.
Well, Maury, if we beat Chelsea, we get top 4.
Yeah.
We see
Or
it,
if we
but
draw,
we won. All right, Sheffield United. Do we all agree we're going to beat Sheffield United away? We're not going to screw that up, surely.
We'll bottle it. What now? I think
That's Norwich away, man. That's the same game as Norwich away.
All right.
We're
What's
getting
the-
slapped.
Hold on.
I think we're losing at Chelsea.
Why doesn't it add it up? Look, there's something wrong. Look, it's not letting me do it. Why?
That Man United one's wrong. It's 67.
Oh, it's been battled.
No, I know why. I know why.
So we'll have 71 points then. We'll have 71.
Still,
had
Man
a-
United's wrong. Yeah.
I fixed it. All right. So the final standings of the season will be, according to Tottenham away. You heard it here live, people. Right.
we're making
In
top 4.
6th place will be Man United on 67 points. In 5th place, Aston Villa on 69. And your Champions League representative in 4th is Spurs on 71 points.
Deluded.
Go to
Loss at Chelsea.
Maybe, man.
Loss
You're the
at
positive
West
one.
Ham.
Go
Victory at
to William
Newcastle.
Hill, put your bets on. We've done it. We've done all the work for you gamblers out there, all you betting massive. We've just done all the work for you. There you go. Listen, is there anything there that we've done where you might say, maybe it could go the other way? Is there anything there maybe we could?
Man City, Arsenal, man, 4
Probably
points.
the Arsenal
I don't
game.
know, man. That's
Only the Arsenal game, I would say. I
think we
reckon
get
we
3
draw
points.
City.
And we beat Arsenal.
Well, if we draw to Arsenal, suddenly it changes. If we lose,
I think that's how it will finish. I think that's how it will finish.
if
I don't
we lose,
I think we get a point at
Who would make top 4 if they both finish on 69?
We beat
Guys, we're not-
Newcastle.
you know
I
what?
have
I
a
don't think
Newcastle.
we'd beat Arsenal. I don't think we'd beat Arsenal. I don't think we'd beat Arsenal.
Put 0 on City and 3 points on Newcastle, and we'll still win the league.
So again, put 0 on City.
0 on City and 3 points on Newcastle. I think we
That's
win
good.
at Newcastle.
And then put 0 on
Well,
Arsenal.
73 we win.
Yeah, and even if we lose to Arsenal, we still do it.
Even if we lose 3 straight, City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, we still get. We just gotta be West Ham. Well, draw against West Ham.
That is crazy. We can lose those 3 games straight and still get top 4. That's mad.
On the proviso that you win the others, yeah, but
Well, and
Yeah,
that's
I don't think that's
the other
great,
results
man.
go that way.
3 games, 3 losses.
Yeah, but
That would
Iggy,
be
the Man City
terrible.
game. 1 minute, the Man City game's been moved. I just put it there because I didn't know where to put it. And the Chelsea game, I don't know where the Chelsea game goes either because that's got to be rescheduled. So Chelsea and City haven't been
Michael
scheduled.
is bringing facts. Michael's bringing
Bring
facts.
Newcastle away on the 13th, and next fixture is Arsenal 28th. In that time, Arsenal play Villa 14th, Bayern 16th. Okay, maybe we do beat Arsenal. Maybe we do. I don't know. But I'm just thinking Arsenal are a bloody good team. And we're not particularly playing brilliant at the moment. Look, this could chop and change depending on injury.
Against open teams,
Europe
we seem to play better.
performances. We're just looking at it from. Say again, JP.
Against open teams, we play better.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Iggy.
Iggy, man, what's wrong with you? What's wrong?
He's looking at me like you're
I don't
a
know.
fucking
Well,
nutter.
Adrian says since the inauguration of the Premier League in 1992, it has on average taken 72 points to get top 4 and European Champions League. Well, look, 71 would have about right then. 71 is about right.
I reckon we get 72 and miss out.
Impossible.
I look at that run of games. Do you know what though? Villa have got Man City, they've got Arsenal, they've got Liverpool. They've got the same sort of run of games as us,
And
really
Chelsea.
and truly, and Chelsea as well.
Man
So
City,
they're
Arsenal,
not that
Chelsea,
dissimilar.
Liverpool.
If you look at the teams that live,
Same.
if you look at the quality of the teams that both Villa and Spurs have,
It's the same. It's the same. Yeah.
it's the same, right? And so.
Yeah.
You know, I think Man
it's
United
difficult.
have got to put a real run together, man. They've really got.
It's difficult, Udogie. You could say on paper, we've got probably easier games with Luton, Forest, Sheffield United, but that's on paper, right? Obviously,
I know. I was talking about the quality of the teams that both, like Villa and Spurs, have got the same big teams, right?
Yeah, but it's the other ones, haven't they?
And the other ones are pretty not that much dissimilar.
I've taken a screenshot. Right, what we're going to do each week.
We've got a lot of London derbies. Chelsea,
we're going to
Arsenal.
We're going to update this every week.
West Ham.
We're going to compare it. We're going to compare from now to what?
Derbies then. Tough. And you know what, Man United as well. They've got real good. They've got a tough run of games. The pressure they really have on. Listen, what will be best for us to finish in the top 4, guys, or to go Europa?
I'd rather Europa, Riggy. I said it last week.
So why we bother then?
Apart from a financial gain, which the team don't seem to get anything out of.
I honestly didn't know you was going to put that out, by the way.
I didn't. I just typed it.
I would love to know what everyone in the chat's thinking as well. Like, what do you honestly see that would be better for us? I mean, I would always say Champions League. Not because I think we're going to win the Champions League. I just think that when you're there, you want to go Champions League. Then, you know, if you can't make it out of the groups, finish third in the group and go Europa, so be it. I think I agree. I get your sentiment, though, JP. I do understand where you're coming from. Maybe that's a return to Europe, the first return to Europe in God knows how long, with this coming squad, and perhaps the level of players that we might bring in, Europa might be better, and then that could be the springboard.
It could dent that progression, right? In terms of like go and get slapped by Bayern Munich and Barcelona or Real Madrid or PSG or someone like that, and whereas if you consistently do all right in the Europa, you could gradually get up there to win it, and then you go, okay, the season after, bang, let's go Champions League.
But I've spoken to a few, like, you know, in the chat, even after the morning videos, and they'll say it'll make no bloody difference if we make Champions League or not, because we never do anything in them anyway. So there's a lot of resigned fans.
I think we're better off in the Europa Cup. I'll tell you why. It's an extra year for the players to get used to Europe, this new squad, and to develop and to try and actually win something that's more realistic to win. And also, this is going to be the first season that the Champions League teams don't drop into Europa. So if we get out of our group and we get into that last 16, we're not going to face an Arsenal or a Atletico Madrid or a Juventus that screws up, or a Man United that drops. Yeah, we're going to avoid the big guns. So I think for 1 year, I think Europa Cup will do us the world of good, man. I think I get what you're saying, Iggy. You want the music, you want the big tournaments. Let's go and play Madrid. Let's
was you guys aware of this? Was you guys aware of this?
Formats change Champions League. You don't go Europe. That's what I just said.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll be honest with you.
That's what I just said. Teams in the Champions League, if they don't qualify the group, they don't drop into Europa no more. So for me,
I think that's a good thing. It values.
100%.
It's good for the tournament of the Europa League for that not to happen, because I think that was BS.
Listen,
when you're out, you're out.
Also, our fan base have got to start getting used to stop dismissing lower competitions, right?
It's a cup, man.
UEFA Cup's a really good cup, man. I don't understand why people dismiss it.
if I was Ange, all this bullshit about I don't want top four, I want bigger and better. This is what Poch used to do. Don't do that. Don't go down that road because you're going to get cooked. You're going to get found out when it comes to crunch time. Next season, I would love Spurs. Just go for that Carabao Cup. Win that Carabao Cup and properly go for the Europa. Do the best you can in the league. Try and finish as high up as you can, but make the Carabao Cup and Europa Cup your statement as a manager.
But the club have to be in agreement with that. The club have to be in agreement.
Well, if Ange is going to talk about changing mentality and changing culture, then that's, for me, winning trophies is part of that. And we're not going to win the Premier League next year, and we're not going to win the Champions League, right? It's fucking delusional. But we can win the Carabao Cup. I do believe we can win the Carabao Cup. And I do think if we're in Europe and we strengthen, we can maybe test the waters in the Europa Cup. I do think there's a chance there. I'm not saying we will, but you know what's going to happen if we're going to the Champions League. We might get out of the group, and as soon as we get to the last 16-8, we're going to get peppered. We're not ready. We can't beat Fulham away.
Plus next season, we have struggled. One game a week. One game a week this season, we struggled, right?
Yeah,
Europe,
exactly.
And even if we go into Europa, that's your Thursday, Sunday, right?
Yeah,
it's going to be tough. So the squad needs to be key, super key next season. And that's why it makes it so important to get those players, start talking to them now, get them in the door straight away. Because as you said earlier, Iggy, once the season finishes, there's a tour, and then the tournament starts, and then bang, 2 weeks holiday, and they're almost back at it.
Mate, I always said it, and you guys have heard me say this as well. I think
fair play, Graham. Graham, fair play.
Sorry, a lot of fans, you know, have always said, you know, we finished 8th, would finish 7th, and I always said if this season we can return back into Europe, whichever Europe may be, I think it's a good season. I've always said that. So even if we make it, you know, to Europa, I think that'll be a good season for this season, year one. So Champions League, I think if we could do that, it's a miracle. But you know, God, Champions League, I just think
that 5th spot, it could be Champions League.
Yeah, could you imagine we get 5th and we go to Champions League? It would be like, oh, I mean, we'll be happy, but we'll be almost
I think the Italian teams and the German teams are ahead on points. So I'm not sure that will.
No, a lot of them crashed out, Iggy. A lot of them crashed out in Europe.
I think with
West Ham, Europa is still in there.
With West Ham beating whoever.
West Ham.
Right. Anyone know why Udogie didn't play? Right. The 2 Italy games, I watched them both. Udogie played against.
Iggy, what was the question? What was the question?
It was just about Udogie, why he didn't play yesterday for Italy. What happened is Spalletti has only been in charge for a few. He hasn't been in charge of Italy that long, and he's got the Euros coming up. So he used these 2 games to really take a look at everybody that he called up. So against Venezuela, he played 1-11, and then against Ecuador, he played a different 11. So to answer Udogie's question, he played against Venezuela on Thursday night, and he played DeMarco yesterday against Ecuador. So that's why he didn't play yesterday, which is a good thing for Spurs anyway. The fact that he didn't play both games, but he did well. He did well against so he's got a really good chance, a really good opportunity of making that squad with DeMarco as the 2 left backs for Italy. And of course, Vicario mentioned earlier, he made his first senior to start for Italy as well. So, you know, Donnarumma has been he's played every single game since 2021 till now, and it's the first time that Vicario has actually stepped in, and he did really well. He did well and really confident. And you know what? Whilst I think Donnarumma is a great goalie, he's the way Italy wants to play under this new manager, Vicario is actually better with his feet. So he's got a really good chance. I don't know if he'll make the Euro number 1 as a number 1 Italian goalkeeper, but I think moving forward he'll get more chances. He's a really good goalie, and I really do think if it weren't for Donnarumma, Vicario would be the number 1 goalie for Italy now, 100%. No 2 ways about it.
We've got 400 people watching, guys. Smash the like, subscribe. Thank you as always for your support. Phenomenal support for the channel. And we will continue to put on shows, upload videos. Next Monday, Maz, myself, Barnaby, and Sunny Talk Spurs, we are having that debate where Barnaby kind of called out Tottenham away for suggesting that we are angry and that fans are entitled. We're going to have that debate. It's going to be a good one as well.
Angry.
Next Monday, 5:30 p.m. Before that, there is a big game coming up on the weekend. Every game's a big game, right? Spurs v Luton Town. We'll wrap up the show on this one. Right, okay. We all expect to win, right? We're all going to predict to win. I know we are. No one's going to predict a loss.
They're going to smash us.
Is it a case of because we expect it, this is when things come unstuck? Because on Friday, when we did the show with Matt and Brian Daigle come on, they all predicted a win. And in the comments, everyone put 5-0 Spurs, 4-1, 3-1 Fulham. We're going to destroy them, blah, 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 off the back of Villa.
I don't think it'll be like that. I don't think it'll be like that.
What I said on that show, the receipts are there. Go back and watch. I said, guys, I've got a funny feeling about draw because whenever I see all these big scorelines from everyone, it always the opposite happens. When we're overconfident like this, for some reason, it always backfires. And in the end, I said, you know what? We'll beat them 2-1. We lost 3-0, but my doubts were there. Is it different this time? We're at home. Luton are further down the table, but Luton, they keep coming and they keep coming and they keep coming. They don't stop coming. And if Van der Ven's missing, is this what we want? A team that keeps coming at you?
I think
behind, but they'll get behind.
I think we will win. I just don't think it's going to be where we wipe the floor with them. But I will take the win. The most important thing, the most important outcome is that we win. Because if we start this return from the international break with a draw or worse, a defeat, I think we go under some serious pressure with the games ahead. And it can be trouble. I think the winnable games, which is Luton, with all due respect, fall into that category. We need to win those games because we've got some tough games coming up. So, and with all the things I've said, I wasn't gonna do. My brother wanted to go to the game and he refused. That he didn't want to go without me. I've been succumbed to going to the lane this weekend. Can you believe it? I haven't been all season.
Are you going?
Yeah, but what my brother wanted, he said I won't go without you, and I
sold my ticket. I sold my ticket.
Did you? I was just thought,
I was angry after Fulham, and I just did a shithousery on my phone. I was like,
and I said, I said,
okay.
Like,
I wish I kept it.
And yeah, so I've succumbed. Do you know what? I've been fighting this all season. I was like, there's a part of me that really wants like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to go no more, and this, that, and the other. And then there's another side of me, like I'm still a fan. I haven't seen Spurs all season in live, and it's like it's the fighting of wills. So because he's wanted to go as well, I said, okay, we'll go, and that'll be it. So yeah, there I am. So I'll be at the lane.
Sorry, Eugene was on the show. Beg your pardon, Eugene was on the show. Sorry, Eugene. Sorry, bro. I got my wires crossed. So what's your prediction then, Iggy? What's your score prediction?
I think we'll win, but I don't want to hear this 4-5, 6-0. I think it'll be a narrow win.
What's your prediction, though, Iggy? I need receipts.
You want a score prediction? 2-1.
We want receipts. Receipts for Monday's show.
2-1. No, it's okay. Don't worry. 2-1.
2-1. All righty. JP, what are you thinking? What are you thinking in the chat, people? What's your thoughts?
We're slapping them. 18-1.
That's just the first half, right?
It will be close. And Luton, I have to say, I'm impressed by the way they've kept on at teams. And
I hope to stay up. I hope to stay up.
2 goals, Liverpool, like they almost lost. Sorry, Liverpool almost lost that game. I've seen them come back against like the last few games that I've kind of watched Match of the Day and stuff. They've literally been coming back. So I think they give us a 1-0 lead. They'll pepper us after that. They'll score the equaliser, but I think we'll nick it right at the end and win 2-1.
People are saying 4-2, 3-2, 3-1, 2-1 Spurs, 2-0. So they're not crazy scorelines, but everyone's predicting a win. I think this is more realistic. 2-2.
I think we'll sneak it 2-1, to be honest.
So both of you going for 2-1. 3-1. Do you know what? I agree with Darren. I agree with you, Darren. I'm going for a 3-1. I think Spurs will win it 3-1. I think it'll be a patchy 3-1, but we'll be the better team on the day. I do think there's no way we screw this one up. I think, look, if we screw this one up, then I tell you what, all those predictions we did go out the window, man, because you don't know what's going to happen. I tell you now, we're just wasting an hour of our lives. Doing all that stuff. 1-0 Spurs, 4-2 Spurs. Without Van der Ven, we lose 4-3. I don't know if Luton have got 4 goals in them, Alexandre. I don't know if they've got 4 goals in them. Leave you out. Luton 3-3 Newcastle. Yeah, that's true. They did draw 3-3. This is what I mean. They keep coming. You can't don't write off Luton, right? We're better. They're a very tricky team, man. They're not a team you want to play. 3-2. All right, cool. Iggy, final words before we wrap up.
Enjoy the countdown. Enjoy the countdown is all I can say. There's going to be some fucking rides between now and then.
Enjoy the countdown. 10 games to go, people.
It's going to be some mad rides. I'll tell you that now. You can see you can see my face. I'm ready for it. The meltdowns, the happiness, the doubt.
It happens. That's football, man.
It's going to be like,
right? That's football.
No, that's just Tottenham.
That's what we love about it. Look, we've missed it for a week. It's back.
Look how happy we've been.
Go enjoy. You know what? It's drama anyway, right? Part of the game.
I'm going to church.
Before the game
and after.
I think it's still a die time. I think now we're going to see what this team's actually about. Let's see. Do you know what? Let's see what you got. This will make me decide a lot of things. Because I'm still on the fence. This last 10 will make me think a lot about where I think we're really going with it. So there he is. The last minute before we end. Woo! Phil P, big up. Welcome.
Big up, Phil.
Now Phil's here. We can end the show. All right, now he's here. We can end the show.
The only other thing is saying, I'm going to stick this thing in the chat. RubergArt.com. Go hit it.
Yeah. If anyone likes the merch that JP is wearing,
I have to do some Tottenham away stuff.
Fashion brand, his label. www.ruberg.art.com. Check it out. Thank you to George for becoming a member. Connor, whose channel I'll be on Wednesday. Big up to you. And Anna Sibley, thank you guys for your super chats. I've got a show coming up on Friday, previewing the weekend with Matt and whoever else jumps on. Eugene and Brian normally jump on. And then we've got the live fan show late at night on Saturday after the Luton game. Podcast back on Monday before the podcast. The big debate. Barnaby, Sonny, Maz and I. Check it all out. Plenty of content coming your way. Otherwise,
activate the bell on the YouTube channel, guys. So anytime that we go up live or videos are uploaded, you'll be the first to know on your device. So make sure you activate the bell, please. And lastly, I have to say this. Sorry. Every single one of you, if you've recently joined the channel and welcome aboard, man, and big up to every single one of the numbers are going up and up and up. So that means we get new subscribers. So if you're new and this is the first time that you've seen us, thank you guys. Thank you, every single one of you that's just joined and come on board. And for the old G's that have been here since day dot, big up. Your support is always welcomed.
Also, Bryce, and to anyone else who keeps asking, Will is back as of tonight, I believe. So he'll be back on the show and doing stuff over the next week. That's what he's told us. He's had a very busy 3 months on the road, traveling.
Super busy with work, guys. So he will be back. And we look forward to having him back on our channel we've missed him too as much as you guys have. So, and I'm sure he's going to have plenty to say what's been going on at Tottenham. So, should definitely keep an eye out for Will.
Big up, smash the like, subscribe. Still got 350 people watching, and the question will be from now to the end of the season: are we going to be Spursy, or is it going to be a case of
simple? We've got our Tottenham back. That's
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.